Good morning. Dean Graciela Mochkovsky, Associate Dean Andrew Mendelson, Guest Speaker Terry Samuel, Trustee Ken Sunshine, Executive Vice Chancellor Wendy Hensel, Alumni Speaker Claudia Irizarry Aponte, faculty members, guests, and my fellow members of the Craig Newmark Graduate School of Journalism at CUNY, class of 2022. Our class is familiar with the ups and downs of the journalism job hunt, but I'd like to share the required qualifications from some recent job postings for those of you who are already blessed with a full-time position. Our future employers ask of us the, quote, ability to relocate to any location. Candidates, quote, must be able and willing to work different shifts. And finally, applicants must be prepared to, quote, provide 24/7, 365 days per year on-call support. With job requirements, spoken and unspoken, that ask for that level of roboticism, is it any wonder that so many outlets provide coverage that is out of touch, tone deaf, and not representative? Ridiculous hours, low pay, excessive risk, no support, the catch-22 of requiring a robust social media presence while policing every word. These are demands that drive capable journalists from the field, and the costs are clear to see. For example, before now Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez beat Joe Crowley in the 2018 Democratic primary, the New York Times did not devote a single news article to her candidacy. Columbia University's drop in U.S. News and World Report's college rankings this year led to weeks of breathless coverage and hand-wringing. Meanwhile, the majority of college students, more than 80%, attend schools that accept more than half of their applicants. And in 2020, amid a pivotal moment for the movement for racial justice in the U.S., editors at the Philadelphia Inquirer apologized to staff and readers after running a column under the headline, "Buildings Matter Too." Newsrooms cannot and will not truly represent the communities they're covering unless they allow journalists to retain some semblance of normalcy outside of work and don't ask for endless sacrifice. Luckily, our class is poised to push for change. This program has taught us that we need not give up who we are to be good journalists. In fact, our individual experiences, interests, and backgrounds make us better journalists. During orientation, we talked about The View from Somewhere, Lewis Raven Wallace's book about the myth of journalistic objectivity. Journalists as far back as Ida B. Wells used their identities, personalities, and hobbies in service of stellar work. We've been encouraged to bring our full selves to our classes, too. Salman Ahad Khan said his independent study teacher, Amanda Aronchik, encouraged him to bring playfulness and humor, even to sensitive topics. He said he felt free to, quote, make the kind of story I would have loved to listen to growing up, a story that centers Muslim perspectives front and center. The bilingual program encourages students to use shared language as a launchpad for deeper interviews and a more participatory story process. And the Newmark J School Slack is full of venting about the vending machine, but also full of collaboration that relies on people's experiences outside of journalism. Our classmates have sought help from fellow students with Ukrainian translation and source connections to people using insulin, people who have solar panels, and people who are obsessed with spiders. Our class is made up of discerning and skeptical journalists, but we also share photos of delicious meals and cats. We invite each other to picnics and book clubs. One of our classmates, H. Conley, is a fine artist who draws pet portraits. Amanda Carey McHugh runs a New Year's Eve themed camp at Burning Man with a group of aerospace engineers. Giselle Medina bakes twice a week. She enjoys making cookies, muffins, and scones, and is partial to chocolate. We've worked so hard. We've run around Times Square with iPhone tripods. We've deciphered jargon from fast-talking and occasionally hostile experts. We've navigated Premiere, Jupyter Notebooks, Descript, the Bloomberg Terminal, and the most technologically complex of all, Handshake. As we enter the workforce full-time, I hope all of us will demand the working conditions, expectations, and schedules that we know will help us thrive, and that will help our newsrooms attract and retain human beings, not robots. We know excellent journalism does not come from being on call for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and 365 days a year. We know that being great journalists and functional human beings requires connecting with others, building trust, and taking time to read fiction or just stare out a window. Great journalism comes from strange and unexpected places. Let's take our time, close the innumerable tabs, take a walk outside, and go there. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2022.